Right, should be live here in just a second. Looks like we're good. It's a 2-2 count here on Dingler. Here we go. Back this up. Good. All right, there we go. That's a lot more comfortable. Hopefully this sounds all right. Guess I'll check out for myself. I guess I can't skip this ad for some reason. It's unskippable. No thanks. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Why is everything so fucked up right now? Well, make sure you guys drop likes, help stream out. We have one whole like right now, which is just me. So all of you have been exposed. I know who's in here, so consider yourself gay. No, I'm just kidding. 2 out though. A 1-2 count on a foul ball. 1-2 on Veerling. Hopefully people show up. If not, we're out of here. I ain't streaming to nobody. 2-2. Yeah, fuck that. Feels like there's like an issue with the stream. I don't know why. Oh, cool. I don't really care about Madden, but hell yeah, dude, that's cool. I guess. That'll be a strikeout, and we'll head to the bottom of the first. Bottom 1, Meadroth, Vargas, and Montgomery to take on Valdez. So we'll see what happens. 0-0, bottom 1 coming up. Don't know why Veerling's batting third. I get he's right-handed, and we don't really have any righties. Tim, Dingler, Torque, Jones, Lee, Short. They're all in the lineup, you know? So, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Probably not any different than 26, and they want you to pay like $90 for a game. I don't think it's worth it. Doesn't seem worth it anymore. Doesn't feel like the games were worth the money that they when I played them, like trials and everything like that. They don't seem worth the money. You know? And they want you to spend a lot of money once you've already bought the game. Like, well, then make the game free. I don't know. I feel like the Fortnite model works, right? You don't really charge for the base game, but everything extra you can charge for. But if you're just trying to play a little just Madden, you should just kind of be able to. Make sure you guys drop likes, help the stream out, get some people in here. We could use the likes. We have 3 or so right now. So make sure you drop them, help the stream out, gets people in here early on, gets the stream moving early on. Otherwise, I'm just going to end the stream in 10 seconds if we don't have 1,000 likes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there we go. No, not enough. You can thank yourselves. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, bottom of the first, Meadroth, Vargas, Montgomery. Yeah, they're saying GTA 6 might cost $300 or $400. Is what I've heard from some people in the industry. Ball 1. Generous call for the Sox, seeing as what they were calling strikes last half inning. You know, the reason the Tigers have been losing most of their games is the umpires. Low key. Oh, that's going to be a double. Well, that'll be a double there by Meadroth to start off the first, and we're off to a bad start. Sinker right down the middle usually does get turned on for a double. Not a smart pitch to begin the at-bat. Here's Vargas. One on, no one out. He took time. That's why I haven't said anything about the at-bat yet. I have a bad feeling this game's going to be a disaster for the Tigers. I felt that all day. I'm like, damn, it's going to be one of those 7-8-0 kind of games today. Ball one. I guess I don't really care about consoles. I guess it's all the same thing to me. It's a game console. I don't know why people ever got precious about them. That was funny. Oh, I'm Team Xbox. It's like it's a game, dude. It's not gonna fuck you. I don't understand why people get so fired up. Very funny time. Very funny time. The console wars is what they called them. Fucking dorks. Fouled away. It's 2-1. Worry about cool shit like baseball, not if your boy plays on Xbox or PlayStation. Doesn't that feel like an arbitrary dumb thing to like have a war over? Swing and strike two. Nice curveball from Valdez. He's gone with 4 straight curveballs. How much do you want to think he goes changeup or fastball here? I'm guessing changeup up and away. Oh, no. He went with the sinker very low. 3-2. Yeah, he did go with the fastball, my first guess. Fastball or some fastball, but I didn't think he'd go low. Probably try to dust him high and away once you set up down there with curveballs. Threw a high and away curve. I figured he'd go off speed up and away to try to get the out, but there wasn't a swing. Why don't we challenge that? That's a strike all day. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't really play a ton of games. I try to when I have free time and everything. Play some some gamings. Some games. 2 on, nobody out. I don't know why we didn't challenge that call. That should have been ruled a strike. Who's catching? Dingler's catching. Why didn't he challenge that? Ball one. And they challenged that instead of the fucking strike. Ah, man, what a terrible decision. Now we've only got 1 call left. What's up, Charles? How's it going? Nice to see you. Hey, appreciate you pressing like. We could definitely use them. We have 5 right now, so you know how it goes. Bunch of non-likers here. It's 1-1. Why would you challenge that one and not the fucking at-bat before for the strikeout? Jeez. Oh, yeah, man. I'm glad you're having a good day. It's the drawback of living in paradise. Eventually, it's going to get a little hot once the summer kicks around in the West Hemisphere. Yeah, that'll be called strike 2. There we go. Should have been strikeout looking right there, but you know. I go high and inside next. Just to fuck with the locations on it. Nice curveball high and tight. Sinker down and away. It'll be 2-2. I hope we challenge that because that could have been a strike. 2-2. Three, 2. 80s, 90s. Yeah, it's supposed to start heating up now as we get more and more into June in the coming days. Right at the end of May. There's tomorrow left, and then we're in June. My birthday month. Like a fat girl in the city. It's my birthday month. And another walk. Base is loaded. Nobody out for Grichuk. Well, this ain't good, boys. This is exactly actually how I thought this game was going to go. Oh, this ain't good. Base is loaded. Nobody out. Here's Grichuk. Not good. Then we're down to 11 people. Guess no one's going to be here this afternoon. We may have a short stream today. As always, we give it to about the third inning for things to kick off, but if it doesn't, we're out of here. Nothing against anyone here. It's just, people may be a little bit busy this afternoon. It is 70 degrees and really nice. And Saturday. As I've noted, the weekends on my channel are particularly awful to stream on. Mostly day games. Day games during the week are about the worst, or about 50, they're fine. Day games during the weekend are the worst attended streams on my channel. Because unfortunately, yeah, I appreciate you. And if you ever need ways to watch, you can always go to MLB66.ir. MLB66.ir. The URL will change, but that's okay. You'll be able to watch any game that isn't like on a national TV pretty easily there. If you all didn't know a way to watch. 85 here, feels 95 in Nassau, Bahamas. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty warm. Wild pitch by Valdez. Runner scores. Everyone moves up a base. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. 1-0 White Sox. God damn it, dude. I knew what this game was going to be. I literally said to my dad before the game started, I was like, watch this game be like an 8-0 plus game. You know how dumb that shit was? Like how fucking stupid it is that I was dead on. Hey, they're getting out. There we go. Line out. Looks like everybody got back to their bases, though. One away. Runners at second and third. Here's Quero. However you say his name. Weather heats up for most of the United States when June through July happens. Then July through August, it gets even hotter. Once you get into them dog days, bark, shit, barking with the moon and fucking whatever gay shit. Ball one. To Quero. Catcher. 2-0. Valdez is not accurate today. He's thrown 73 pitches here in the first, 8 strikes. Not good. You don't want a ratio that far apart, usually. Two-0. 3-0. Oh, man. He about to reload the whole base. Yeah, there we go. Fouled away. He swung 3-0 and fouls it off. Thank the Lord. 3-1 now for Quero with 2 on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first of a 1-0 White Sox lead. They look to expand to it. Will they find more offense? We hope not, really, truly. Massively. That looks like it'll be a sack fly. Runner will tag and score. Runner will hold at second. So it'll be runner at second, 2 away. 2-0 White Sox lead. Could have been a lot worse. What's up, Kevin? I could beat up San Francisco all by myself. Or Los Angeles, rather, Seth. So I'm not impressed. Do-do-do-do. Game so boring, I fell asleep. All right. Hope you enjoyed that bit. Either way, Green, Torkelson, and Jones do appear in the top of the second. Green, Torque, and Jones, top 2. We'll see what the offense does. Not really too hopeful about a couple of at-bats this half inning, but we'll see how maybe I can be proven wrong. No, May is not a good month. It is a cruel month for the Tigers. You know, there's a poem that opens with something about April being the cruelest month. Truly, I think it is May for the Detroit Tigers fandom. I think T.S. Eliot was off by 1 month total. Kind of get what he was going for. I don't like the month of April either, for all the bullshit it brings, and all the teasing. Jacob, yeah, that fixes the team. I'm telling you. And then bring back Carpenter and get rid of Workman. Then bring back Torres and get rid of Veerling, or reverse that. Well, however you got to do that, make that happen. And then all of a sudden our team is starting to feel a little bit better. And honestly, how the fuck is Jose Briseño doing? Is he doing good enough that we could give him a shot? Because, like, I fucking, Ja Jones can go too, and we can maybe try out fucking Briseño for a little bit. Is he doing good enough to give it a try yet? I know he's coming soon. Maybe we call up Tehran Larizan and see if he can do better than Jake Rogers as a backup catcher now. Because it's like, Jesus Christ. We got at some point we do got to try out some of these guys that are like borderliners and see how they do. We had a really good opportunity to do that, and we still do if the season's completely lost. So, not exactly the worst situation for a team that's looking at 27 anyway. Well, at some point, these guys will be the guys on the team. I just, really makes you question what's Torque's future. Well, the pitching hasn't been the problem at all during this losing streak. I would actually classify it as one of the things I'm least worried about with this team right now. Am I a little worried about the bullpen? A little bit, yeah, that's actually starting to get annoying. However, To a 1-run game is never like a surefire thing. If we'd had 2 runs, I think we win a lot of those. But I think most of our team's problems is the offense. I feel like if we have even like remotely average offense over the last, we could be 500 over those games that we've lost. Green will strike out one away. No matter how you want to like put it on pitching, coaching decisions, yielding mistakes, even though those are pretty hard to forgive. The biggest issue with this team is that they can't hit, nor can they do it consistently. It's you won't win a lot of games scoring 2 or 3 runs, and that's all we've done over the last 27 games. Pitching is literally, I don't think pitching is to me at the bottom of the worries because that'll figure it all out. With especially with Vest, who doesn't pitch well to begin seasons, if we remember. Vest is a second half of the year, mid-June. He usually like our whole bullpen kicks in like June. This happened last year. It wasn't as dramatic as far as like blown games go. Torkelson will ground out 2 away. Now up Jones. It wasn't as bad last year, but I remember our bullpen sucked ass to start last year, and then they clicked in about June. But either way, it wasn't as bad as it is now. But again, I think that's more stress from having to support offense. Verlander, I don't know, maybe. We might get one more start out of him. He's been doing a ton of bullpen things, and it seems like he may eventually pitch a game. Oh, we lost. Well, when you score 2 or 3 runs in 9 innings, you probably won't win those games. That's precisely what happened. No matter how good you pitch, scoring 2 to 3 runs, you'll probably lose that game. And that's just kind of the reality of Major League Baseball. And that'll be a ground out over to the third baseman. Jones is out of there. Bottom of the second. 2-0 White Sox. Yeah, you shouldn't be depending on us to beat anybody. That's where you've made your first mistake. Acuna, Antonacci, Nishida. 7-8-9 for the White Sox. Bottom of the second. 2-0. Sox lead. See, you want to know our biggest problem? Raking. We have, listen to the starting lineup today. Listen to some of the guys we got in there. McGonigal. Oh, he's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. All right, we got 1 good. Dingler. I'll give you 2 good. That's 2 good bats. That's pretty good. Matt Vierling. That's not good. Riley Green. That's really good. Torkelson, I'll put it in the middle. Jones. That's not very good, actually. Wencio Perez. Not very good. Oh, Hayoli. Not very good. Zach Short. Not very good. Do you see where the problems start to line up? Depending on this lineup to do anything other than probably score a couple runs a game is a fool's errand. And soon Torkelson will be part of the people I list because all the people I've listed are, except for Vierling, even though, I don't know how, are below 200 average. And they play all the time. They've played for fucking 3 weeks. And a lot of these idiots on Twitter cry about shit like, why doesn't Hayoli get more playtime? He played for a week straight and didn't get a single hit. What are we fucking doing? Why are we lying and mythologizing this dog shit ass lineup? Acting like it's actually good, and if only AJ coached a little bit better, we'd win with it. Bullshit. It's not really falling off, it's injury. It's massive amounts of injury. This lineup wouldn't exist if we had our team. If we had actual players, none of these motherfuckers would be on my baseball team. The only injury that really we won't be able to recover from is going to be Javi Baez. And that's probably why we'll get Max Anderson called up. Who, Chris Costa? Yeah, a dumb crybaby who doesn't know how fucking sports works. It's fucking AJ Hinch's fault that we can't, that the whole team is hurt. The whole baseball team got hurt and it's AJ's fault and we should fire him. Is that his take? We should fire AJ Hinch because he doesn't understand that without AJ, we'd be even worse than what the fuck we are right now. I wouldn't even want to think about this team without AJ. You know how bad we'd be? We wouldn't have made the playoffs last year, the year before that, the year before that. There wouldn't be playoffs in our recent history. Most Detroit fans think we should fire AJ right now. Most of the media people are on the fire AJ bandwagon. Because they think like this is his fault that we have 19 guys on the injured list. But no, they don't even talk about that. They ignore that entirely and think like they genuinely believe that Scott Harris and AJ Hinch think this is a good lineup. Like this is the lineup that we would be using regardless. The way people act. They're like, why is the lineup so bad? Which tells me that none of the media people are talking about the fact that the entire fucking team is hurt. And we have to play Ja Jones, Wencio Perez, Hao Lee, Zach Short, Matthew Vierling every day. And everyone's like, why are we losing so much? Those 5 guys, like the combination of those 5 guys and another guy on the bench that's just as bad. I forget his name, though. Let me go look. Zach McKinstry. And in my opinion, Colt Keith too. He sucks. I'm fuck that guy. He's also bad. Fucking 6'4", 260 pounds, can't hit a home run. Fuck out of here. Can't even hit doubles. What a useless hitter. Imagine being the size of Colt Keith. You can't hit a home run or a double. And then you cry about the size of Comerica Park and all you do is hit ground balls. It's like, what a fucking douchebag, dude. I don't like that guy. I don't like Colt Keith as a player. I wouldn't want him on my team. I suspect he strikes out on 3 pitches on purpose quite often. Ball 1. And he complains about Comerica Park being too big of a place for people to hit home runs. And all he hits the ball on, all he does is hit ground ball singles. It's very funny. 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Much nicer inning for the Tigers here than the start of the game. Hey, that'll be, they get Nishida. I always forget how to. I want to say Nishida. I don't know why. Nishida will ground out. So we'll head to the top of the third. It'll be 2-0 White Sox. This game's moving kind of quick now. Perez, Lee, and Short. Oh, boy. Wouldn't it be funny if these guys just pop the fuck off? No, I mean, he probably... The annoying thing is, Keith, I don't know why. Like, he's just kind of a baby. I don't like him very much. He just doesn't have pop. And I don't like it when players are built like... Hold on, I'll show you this. Hold on. Colt Keith. Look how big this dude is. 6'2", 210 pounds. I was a little off on his size. 6'2", 210. And he's a corner infielder from Ohio. Oh, that's... You know what it is. He's a Reds fan or he's a Guardians fan. And low-key, he hates playing for us. He's always been a secret Guardians or Reds fan. And he probably just feels sick trying to help the Tigers win. So he's doing all he can to ruin our team. I full-heartedly believe this, by the way. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but I believe in things like this. Because if I was on a team, if I played professional baseball and I got drafted to the Kansas City Royals, I would also make them bad. I would lose them games. Like, dang. Everybody's a little different, though. Everyone's a little quirky, right? Anyway, top of the third coming up. Perez, Lee, and Short. Imagine Short hits a home run. Or Perez, Lee, and Short go back to back to back. Who did? Why would he have done that? Oh, he's not playing because he can't hit left-handed pitching at all. I think in 100 at-bats, I think he has 3 career hits. No, it's not. No, Colt can't hit left-handed pitching, and everybody cries that he never gets a shot And then every time Colt hits against the lefty, he strikes out on 3 pitches. Not even pitches in the zone, dog. He doesn't. It's the dumbest looking fucking thing you've ever seen. He does not hit left-handed pitching. He is remarkably bad at it, dude. Like to the point where it's like, how the hell is he in the majors? Telling you, go look up his numbers. It's startlingly bad versus lefty pitching. There's a reason the Tigers don't let him play. Hey, look at that. Perez just hit a home run. Oh my God. I predicted 1 of 1, so I predicted 1 of 3. I called the first, I got the Perez homer. Now, if Lee and Short follow him up with home runs, I don't even know how powerful I've become. All right, so we've called 1 of the 3 home runs I've called for this half inning. Now let's see if Lee can deliver on number 2. Why not? Come on, Lee. Hit another one. Let's see back to back. Let's break everyone's minds and the bottom of the lineup wins the game like old times. Come on, Hao-Yo Lee. Let's see it. Perez hits his 5th homer of the year. Perez is starting to hit annoyingly well enough that he might not get sent down when everyone comes back, and I really fucking hate that. But I feel like if Carp comes, damn it, he flies out. He almost hit one out, dog. He flew out to the warning track. Damn, dude, he just missed going back to back. I'm talking about like that fucking much, dude. He flew out to the fucking wall, dude. Damn, I almost predicted back-to-back home runs, dog. All right, here's Zach Short to get the second out of the inning. Or maybe a second home run of the inning. Maybe I just missed a crazy premonition. All right, Zach Short, surprise the world. Hit a home run. Strike 1. Damn, there are no Tigers fans here or something because not a single person said anything about that home run. That's crazy. Is it all White Sox fans and other fans of other teams watching this game? Do we have 0 Tigers fans here? Because not a single Tigers fan has said anything, I think, all stream. Except to shit on the team. I don't think there's a single one of them here. That'll unfortunately go foul. It's 0-2. Two one. Top of the 3rd. Tigers get a run on a solo homer by Perez. Zach Short the hitter with 1 away and a 1-2 count. Call that low ball 2-2-2. Hell yeah, David. At least we got to. Yeah, I get it. I know why everyone's quiet. Trust me, you guys don't have to say anything. Trust me, I know too. I know, bud. If I was watching a Tigers game right now, I wouldn't be saying shit either. I'd just be like, I just am going to be quiet. And that'll be a strikeout, 1 away, or 2 away. Sorry about that. 2 down now. Here's top of the order, McGonigal. At least we know there's some people here. He might have. Who knows? I don't really care about players' field or off the field life of athletes. It's something that has never once interested me in my entire life, and I don't know why. As long as they're not breaking serious laws, I don't care. Oh, you're good. You're good, dude. I'm just fucking around. The White Sox are a 30-27 team. Seth, the bandwagon fan. Seth, see, the difference is, Seth, I don't change my favorite team when they start losing games. What you're not allowed to do, Seth, because you're a bandwagon fan, is shit talk a fandom for being loyal, or like you're not really allowed to shit talk other teams. You're a bandwagon fan. Like you like if you were a Tigers fan, you just become a White Sox fan for this game. That you don't have morals as a fan, you don't have a backbone as a fan, you don't stand by your teams when they lose. I don't care about Seth. You're not allowed to talk shit, dude. You're a bandwagon fan. You're allowed to be a bandwagon fan. I think that's cool. But what you're not going to be able to do is shit talk my team for losing. I'll take it from any other fan, but bandwagon fans aren't allowed to do that. Right now, I think it's the Dodgers. Sometimes it's the Phillies. Sometimes it's Baltimore. Sometimes it depends on who's the best team, you know? But it's usually some variation of the Phillies or the Dodgers. Right now, I think it's the Dodgers. Yeah, don't come shit talking my team when you're a bandwagon fan. Listen, I'm cool with bandwagoning. Like, I don't actually think bandwagoning is bad. I think it's fine. If you enjoy only watching teams win, fuck yeah, dude. I get it. Like, I wish I had that. I genuinely wish I didn't root for the Detroit Tigers. I wish I could be like, you know who my favorite team right now is? The Los Angeles Dodgers. Why? Because they play the best baseball. I genuinely wish that was me. I wish that was me. I wish every day I could wake up and just be like, well, the Dodgers aren't the best team now. Now it's the Arizona Diamondbacks. Guess who's a Serpentine? Guess who's a Diamondback boy? Fuck, dude, I hate the fucking Tigers sometimes. I hate being a loyal fan. But what you're not allowed to do is like then shit talk bad teams. Like, yeah, teams aren't always good, dude. Yeah, Seth, and you know I respect your opinion for doing that. However, you were also a big time Orioles fans like 2 years ago. Bottom of the third, Medrath, Vargas, and Montgomery. And you really like the Phillies when they play well too. It's pretty close. Miggy's up there. I also really like Verlander. And I tend to lean towards pitching. Probably Miggy. I'm a Miggy guy, I think. He's probably like one of the best hitters this team's ever had. It's like him, Cobb, Kaline. Maybe that's the best three. And it's probably Cobb, Cabrera, Kaline. I'm guessing. I feel like that's a fair way to look at it. If Miggy had been a little bit healthier down the stretch, I wonder if he'd have been able to surpass the great Ty Cobb. Man, it's so cool being a Tigers fan and being able to say we have Ty Cobb as one of our franchise players. It's just like, yeah, Ty Cobb was a Tiger. Doesn't seem like he should be, right? Feels like Ty Cobb would have been a Yankee or a Red Sox. Or like a Chicago Cub, but somehow he played for Detroit. And somehow we stuck with that bullshit, a super honest nature of Ty Cobb, and we just aren't a dirty franchise. I personally think cheating's happening. I'm old. I grew up wearing 3 for Trammell. Trammell's great, but I just think he's a little behind those 3 specific guys. Like, he was hyper consistent, won like a 284 average career. That's hyper consistent, but like Miggy was a menace with the bat for a few years. Medrath will fly out. I don't know how to say his last name. Medrath will fly out, one away. Here's Vargas. There's 2 different kind of, and I also didn't get to watch Trammell. I tend to keep it like with guys I watched play. Because it's like, it'd be like, well, Hank Aaron's the greatest hit, or like, you know, like Pete Rose is the greatest hitter of all time, but I never watched him. I wouldn't know that. You could say Ichiro's one of the greatest hitters of all time, maybe the greatest hitter of all time, but it's like he's the greatest hitter I ever saw, like pure hitter. Ball 1. And I think Miggy might be the second greatest hitter I've ever seen in my life, like just like a pure hitter. Just the ability to do what he was doing for like 4 straight years there, while drunk for half of them. Kirk Gibson. Yeah, Kirk Gibson was good, but he just, he never really, he didn't stick around. I'll always have a lot of respect for Cabrera for not leaving when he could have and being gifted a World Series on a much better team. But I also think that there might be cheating going on in pro baseball, but I can't really prove it. Because when we play teams that destroy us, they typically aren't good in the next. And Vargas will single, one on, one out. When we play a bad team and they play us well, they typically go back to being bad the next game. So I don't think there may be cheating. I think we just suck. However, I've come to this conclusion several times in the past and been proven wrong every single time, especially recently. Sign stealing, the cameras to steal signs. It's probably come to light that like 19 teams were doing that, including the Kansas City Royals during their run to their World Series. By the way, did you guys hear about that? The Royals and their sign stealing that they were doing. I want to have a fun little dive into that and see what years they're being accused of, and then do a little bit of math and be like, oh wait, that's the 2 World Series years, and the years we began falling apart. Weird enough. And then the sticky stuff that compounded the sign stealing era. Now, if you look at how bad we were from like 2016 to 2023. And then you track the fact that there was like 2 major fucking cheating scandals going on. And then you look at the fact that we've had 0, like we're not implicated in sign stealing, by the way. We're like one of 10 teams who didn't do it. And maybe 7 teams. And then there's the sticky stuff. I think the only player on our team whose numbers were impacted by the sticky stuff thing was Spencer Turnbull, and we got rid of him. I'm telling you, if you go follow the cheating scandals of baseball, 1-2, you'll note that the Tigers are among the lowest offending teams if they offend at all, which they usually don't. Sign stealing, they didn't. They had like 1 guy pop for steroids. Anyone who popped for steroids was immediately cut, signaling that it was like 2 guys maybe at the worst of it. I know Peralta was the most public one, and they cut him immediately. There's even rumors that the Tigers moved on from Pudge when he was listed on those reports. Yeah, they have 4 of them. So I don't know. You can really stop and think about how bad the Tigers were during the steroid era, right? And again, the issue isn't that they're like they can't like draft in. It's the idea that it's very hard to build team when free agents want to cheat and know there's ways to cheat, and there are like really no ramifications to cheating in baseball. Really, it's like no one really actually gets suspended. It's kind of just like mass fines for the team. It's whatever, especially for like steroids or the sign stealing scandal or the sticky stuff. If you're a free agent, do you want to go to a team that'll let you do those things or look the other way for you to do those things? Or do you want to go to a team like the Detroit Tigers that will not let you do those things, that will cut you and probably air you out your ass out to the league if you get caught? So no, you're going to go to the team that'll ignore it if you feel like you want to do that. Because, hey, maybe you do want to cheat. It's whatever. I'm not condemning the cheaters. I don't really care. But I think part of the issue for the Tigers over the last every time that there's a cheating scandal, I'm telling you, you could look at this. They barely do anything wrong. They're one of the worst teams in the league because the only players they can get on them fucking teams are a bunch of losers who are like do-gooders who play by the rules and don't want to cheat anyway. I'm telling you, that's why we have a free agent problem. We're too honest of a franchise. Guys don't want to come here because we don't let people play dirty. And it's fucking so lame, dude. All that to say is basically the Tigers got to drop the good guy act and get maybe some new owners. These Illiches piss me off sometimes. We ain't got no edge. That's a double play. Nice job. All right, the Tigers turn 2 there. They get Montgomery to hit into 1. And we will go to the top of the 4th. It'll be 2-1. White Sox holding on to a 1-run lead. Let's see if the Tigers can cut it. Zach Short flipped it over. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, it looks like Short just took it himself at second and threw it over to first. Nice job. No, there were several teams implicated in Spygate scandals throughout the year of 2006, 2007. What's Claude? What's that, David? No, there are several teams that if you think about Claude Lemieux, yeah, R.I.P. You never really know what people are going through. Someone like that, you wouldn't expect it, right? Oh, Patriots, 6-time Super Bowl champions, recognize. Again, I'm pro cheating, by the way. That whole rant was not to be against cheating. That was me going, the Tigers need to start cheating like the rest of these bullshit ass teams. Um, no, the cheating stuff is also overrated. Like the Broncos were accused of Spygate. The Jets got in trouble for the same thing. They also got investigated and were busted for the same crime. They just didn't get in any fucking real trouble. For some reason, the Patriots got railroaded over Spygate. Very, very similar to the Houston Astros getting railroaded for their shit with the sign stealing, which is the sign stealing may have been the biggest load of fucking horseshit in the world. If they'd have been like, hey, sign stealing's perfectly legal, the Astros used a fucking camera to steal signs. They can't do that. That's against the rules. That's the whole fucking thing that they did was wrong. You can relay noise. You can use trash cans. You can do whatever you want to signal pitches coming to a hitter. None of that is, it's funny, but none of what the Astros did other than use an electronic device. And really, the electronic device was kind of like, what is it, a rule break? Because there wasn't actually anything in the rules saying you can't use electronic devices to record signs and relay them. It said you can't use mechanical devices to record signs and relay them. Do you see the difference there? I know you do. So is a camera a mechanical or electronic device? And about 19 other teams went with the gamble of it being an electronic, not mechanical device. For some reason, for 18 teams in the league, that excuse was good enough. Just like in the NFL for about 10 other to 11 other teams, maybe 12, the excuse of we forgot we weren't allowed to film there anymore was an excuse that was good enough for them to not get in trouble for Spygate. However, for the most recent champion Houston Astros and New England Patriots, the excuse of, well, we thought it was an electronic, not mechanic, no longer is a good excuse, one. Or the Patriots saying we didn't know we couldn't film there anymore, two. No longer good excuses, right? We need a scapegoat for this fucking scandal that everybody's super aware of now. So now the Patriots go down, the Astros go down because they're the champions. That's how that worked, by the way. No, it wasn't jealousy. It was like whoever was the champion at the time that scandal broke out would have gotten fucked. Like if the Jets had won the Super Bowl the previous year, like the Patriots had, or had been like the Patriots, they would have been the face of Spygate. If the Broncos had been what the Patriots were, they would have been the face of Spygate. If the New York Yankees had won those World Series, it would be the Yankees. If the Tigers had, it would have been the Tigers. Even though the Tigers have no evidence they cheated. You know what I mean? It's whatever team was the champion and kind of on top of the sport usually gets fucked in those situations. And that'll be a base hit. So the Tigers will have one on with Riley Green, one out. It's because again, if you look into the stealing signs, it wasn't just the Astros implicated in that scandal. And if you look up Spygate, it wasn't, the Jets got in trouble for the same thing in the same investigation, by the way. We're doing the same thing the Patriots did, that like the same fucking situation, the same practice game, whatever they accused us of doing. They also did that in that exact same situation. You know what I mean? It's like, who gives a fuck? Or Deflategate, one of the craziest ones. That one I'd never have understood because Aaron Rodgers came out like a day later and was like, we overinflate the footballs here in Green Bay, and no one said anything. Like, we also break the game ball rules. And no one looked twice at the Packers for it. Stupid fucking rules, dude. I don't know. So when people say cheating is going on, it's not necessarily even cheating. Because if most of the league is doing it, is it really cheating? Not really. It's just your stupid rules need to be policed better. The thing I also I don't think steroids or HGH should be banned in professional baseball. And I don't think the Major League Baseball did either, other than the fact that they're terrible for your health. Do you know that they banned HGH in like 94 and then didn't drug test it until 2004? They basically went on Scout's honor for a decade after telling everybody, if you do this, you'll become a monster. So I don't know. I feel like baseball endorsed cheating at some point. I don't know, in my opinion. At least they endorsed the steroid era. And then they endorsed the sticky stuff era for about a year. And then they went on to punish people for it. You remember how they did that? How they were like, "Oh, what's all this tough talk about sticky stuff?" They did like ESPN specials on like doctors who were like cooking up like special bits of resin to make it, like this elite sticky material. I remember this very clearly being on like MLB Network. I was like, "What? Why are they doing this? Is like fucking bold." I was like, imagine they had been so bold during the steroid era. And this is Barry Bonds. We shoot him in the ass. Yeah, this is a mix of trenbolone, DHT blockers, and androgen heightening receptors, and 2 on 1 out after a single by torque as well. Not technically steroids, you know? Ball 1. And I'll forever fight on the hill that the sticky stuff epidemic that pitchers were doing is far more detrimental and far more aggressive cheating than steroids ever were. That sticky stuff would let someone hold a baseball. And if you played baseball, you know how big this is. At the tips of their fingers, like it was like in the back of their hand, which allowed them to get some of the nastiest fucking spin. Like imagine like there'd be like this much gap like between someone throwing a ball, like trying to throw a breaking ball. They just have like a full gap in their hand. You know what I mean? Like it was some bullshit what was happening with that. And like that was turning like mid-range pitchers who maybe never make it out of AAA into like all-star level pitchers. And it was turning all-star pitchers into like some of the greatest pitchers the game had ever seen. For a couple years there, dog. Who's that? Tyler Glass now? He was a monster because of cheating. And then like he shit became so like different after he stopped cheating. Like he cries that his elbow got destroyed from not being able to cheat. And that'll be an inning-ending double play. Who did that? Oh, Jahmai Jones grounds into an inning-ending double play. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1. White Sox lead. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. My studio? Right now I'm on the eastern part of the state. Like the middle, in the Flint area. Soon I'll be back on the west side of the state, probably next week. Either next week, Sunday or Monday. I don't know what day I'll be back. In the old west hemisphere of Michigan. The old southwest corner. Chilline. Flushing, yeah, I know where Flushing's at. Hey, we're up at 13 likes. If you haven't dropped one yet, consider doing so. Helps the stream out a ton. I'd appreciate you. Thank you if you can. We try to hit 20 every stream. That's the like goal. So if you can help, that'd be cool. Yeah, all that stuff is bad for you. You're right. You're right. And it's probably for the best that the league has banned those things. Oh, Pontiac. You know, Pontiac stands for something. That's an acronym. If you know the right people. Poor old numbskulls think it's a Cadillac. Or caddy. I think it's, you know. You can put a lot of different words for that N in there, and I you know, numbskulls works for me. Potty crack. Richard will fly out, one away. Now up is Cuero. Yeah, they'll probably win this game. Tigers aren't very good at scoring runs. They're hard to score on for the most. They're actually a decent pitching team anyway. Their defense is dog shit, but they pitch well. So they're kind of hard to score on. But all you gotta do is score like 4 runs, and I don't think we can win the game. So you're 2 runs away from a short victory. And 4 runs should never mean a short victory in Major League Baseball. Hey, Cuero lines out 2 away. Nice play by McGonagall over at third. Here's Benintendi. B Nintendo is up. It is fun, as I'll always point this out, that Benintendi's name is 1-O. Like if you replace the I and the O at the an I with an O at the end, you have B Nintendo. And I don't know what that means, but I've always found that to be inspiring. Man, there's B Nintendo up to bat. Then I wonder what it's like to have that name growing up, and then I'm like, oh wait, his name is B Nintendo. And so I imagine this whole life of a kid with the last name B Nintendo. Kind of sad, really, truly. I don't know. Giving you guys some good material, and I'm not getting any laughs. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. No, I'm just kidding. Just joking, just joking. 2-1. It's a lot funnier in person when I make that joke because I start laughing really hard usually. Like, oh, minor inconvenience. Guess I'll fucking kill myself. Who played for the Yankees? I'm glad someone's enjoying the jokes. They're not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be incredibly awkward, and that's where the comedy comes from. Perez, Lee, and Short do a oh man, 2-1 by or top of the. It's already the 5th inning. Hour in. This is a fast game. Dude, the only benefit of like the Tigers being awful now is like all our games are like 2 hours and 15 minutes. We don't got to watch this shit for that long. At least they get it out of the way quick. Just bang, 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 bang. All right, game over. Beautiful. Andrew Benintendi. He might have played for the Yankees. I feel like he did at some point. I don't know why I think that, though. Andrew Benintendi. Well, Valdez is locked in since the 1st inning, which is nice. He's on pace for a quality start. I don't know what was up with that 1st inning, though. He was all over the place. Yeah. Oof. What's that like Chinese mark next to your name? Why does that keep happening? What is that emoji? I've seen that happen for a few people. Here's how I would describe places like Flint and Detroit. Most of the crime that you'll deal with has kind of moved to like nighttime and has kind of moved to a lot of like more strict gang related violence. I don't know if that brings any kind of elucidation to the situation. Like obviously there's always going to be some like, flare ups of little violence. It's a big city. Flint and Detroit are huge cities, so like shit's going to happen. It's any big city, but like most of the problems have been moved to the nighttime. And I would say that, and most of them happen to be like gang related crimes for the most part. Obviously, you have robbings and things like that, but I think most of that's way, way, way down from what it was like like a decade and a half ago. It's improving. It's kind of like, remember where Detroit was? I don't know if this means anything. Like 15 years ago, I was like, oh, it's finally starting to get better in Detroit. I think that's what's happening in Flint. It's very gradual. The city's moving slowly, but I think it's a little bit better than what it was. Yeah, that shit that happened to these poor people was honestly worse than anything most of them will ever be able to do to the world around them. Because we don't know like the long term ramifications of that yet. Like some of those kids are like, we didn't find that out till 2014. We don't know how long that was going on. We don't know how many like kids are fucked up. We don't really like. There are like special things in the government set for when this becomes a problem. In case like there's a lot of like, rage related problems or emotional problems because of like the lead poisoning that a lot of kids suffered during like critical developmental years, right? So we have that to cope with in a couple years because a lot of those kids are going to be growing up and becoming like teenagers, adults here pretty soon. So we'll see how that plays. Hopefully, the body's a lot more durable with young exposure to lead than it is when the older people get it. Yeah, no one. Hey, you want to know what's crazier? No one even went to prison for that, for making those decisions. You know how crazy that is? They most of them walked because of like some like court shit where it was like something was like improperly filed by a bunch of Republicans, like like the Republicans that charged them and shit like that, and all of them walked. And people are like, why can't the Republicans win the governor in Michigan again? It's like I don't know. Maybe the last one tried to kill everybody in the city of Flint, and then none of them went to jail for it. They all walked. I don't think anybody went to jail over that Flint shit. Not a single one. And there was like 800 laws I feel like broken on that bitch, dude. That's fucking crazy. All to save like $1 million a year too. It was wild. No, it was oh yeah, Handy. Yeah, I think the Republican prosecutors charged them incorrectly, so they all walked. And I don't think any of them live in the state anymore. I don't think Rick Schneider lives in Michigan anymore. I doubt he would. One, two. The other people aren't as well known, but I think former Governor Schneider has left the state. I won't swear to that though. But yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure that somehow we're gonna end up with Governor Jocelyn Benson for our state because the Republicans aren't running anybody serious. Fucking John James, a guy who loves Donald Trump more than Michigan, and Perry Johnson, another guy who loves Donald Trump more and Israel more than Michigan. So those two guys are gonna, whoever they pick is gonna lose because that fucking it's just not gonna go well for them. Both those guys suck dick, and somehow we're gonna be stuck with Jocelyn Benson. What a win. 2-2 with one out, one on. Because Republicans are fucking are a joke party, and they just whoever Trump says we nominate, and then they get smoked in generals. They do good in primaries. Yeah, cool. That's probably should. The last, I don't know, five Trump backed Republicans in Michigan have done very, very well, including John James. Remember Tudor Dixon? The last Trump backed fucking governor for our state? One on, one out, 2-2 count. She dropped out because Whitmer was at like 60,000. She had like 4,000 votes. She went, yeah, this ain't going well. We got to get out of here. That was after COVID. I was like 23 or 22. 22, I think. 20. During COVID, even maybe. Granholm still pulled that off over a Trump-backed fucking. Republicans in Michigan aren't serious people. Michigan originally, way back to Colorado. That's somewhere where I want to wind up soon. 3-2. I'm hoping I can get into University of Denver for a PhD after I'm done next year with my master's or my MFA. Then I'm gonna go try and get a PhD from there. If not, I'll probably just stay close to Michigan. Daddy, Western, couple other, or Texas, Colorado. Those are the places I want to apply. No, I don't. I don't fuck with any of them. Fucking. I'm pretty far left, dude. Hey, that'll be a walk. 2 on, 1 out. Hopefully these Tigers can play. Hey, hopefully, D. What's up, though, man? Nice to see you. Did you have one to school? Yeah, it seems like a nice school. University of Denver seems like a lot of fun. 1 on, 2 out. Here's McGonigal. All right, we could do more than tie this up right here. We got McGonigal up with 2 on. If he can double, we could probably. I forget it. I don't know if Short's fast actually. All right, the bottom of the lineup did their part. Literally, now the top of the lineup has to get these guys in. McGonigal beats out the double play, so it'll be first and third, 2 away. Fuck. Here's Dingler. Who in heck was old presidents? There's a lot of old presidents. There's like 46 old presidents. If you include Trump, if you disclude Trump, 45. I think if you disclude one other person, there's actually only been 44 different presidents, right? Because there's been twice, there's been a time where it was like a guy won, different guy won, then the old guy won again, right? And was fucking like Van Buren or some bullshit. Where they have their own like 45-47 situation. 8-10. Ball 1. Yeah, it's Cleveland. There you go. Yeah, it was yeah. I couldn't remember who it was. I figured I knew it was somebody. I was like, someone else had the 2 separate terms, making it so there's actually technically 2 less presidents than there actually is. And that'll be the final out of the inning. Dingler will be Tigers unable to get anything going with the first and second 1 away. Son of a bitch. All right, though. I'll be right back. I need to go get something to drink. I need to take a quick piss, and I need to have a quick smoke. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I should be back before the commercial break ends, or just before it does. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 2-1. White Sox lead. It'll be Acuna and Tanachi and Nishida do appear in the bottom of the 5th. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about all that. Had to get refreshed for the another part of this game. Excuse me. Meant to do that off mic. So we got two down now. Antonacci strikes out. I don't know. Really nice play by two. And another pitch will go to the top of the sixth. Holy shit, that's a fast inning. Almost missed all of it. Damn. All right, Nishida grounds out, so we'll head to the top of the sixth. It's 2-1 White Sox. Tigers will send Veerling, Green, and Torkelson to the plate. 3, 4, 5 hitters. Maybe we can get a run. Damn, that was fast. Staples, that was easy. Hey, we're up at 17 likes right now. If you haven't pressed like, consider doing so. It does help out the stream, gets more people in here. But, you know, does a lot of crazy shit. Helps with interactions. We also have a like goal of 20, so that's the big reason. We try to hit that every stream, so be cool. Yeah, Walmart's a big-ass store. Too big. I don't think Walmart should have been allowed to happen. I think something should have stepped in and stopped that. Walmart seem to just cannibalize local areas they go to, as far as just like shutting down every single mom and pop store. Like it consumes every business in town. And I think that sucks a major asshole. Because now you can't even open like a sporting goods store because it's cheaper to go to Walmart. You know? That's a whole lifestyle just gone. The guy who opens up a rug shop. Or like a person who has like a outdoor furniture sales spot. Like all that shit's gone. You can't do that because you can't compete with big box stores, and I hate them. Golden Knights versus Carolina Hurricanes, Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, cool. I think I'm gonna root for the Hurricanes because a streamer or a podcaster I like is a Hurricanes fan. Mostly because they live in Carolina, I suppose, is why they like them. Veerling, Green, and Torkelson. Living in a Carolina. And I heard they had a similar record to the Red Wings and made the playoffs, and we didn't, so fuck them. Yeah, Main Street gets sold out and for Walmart, and now nobody can have their own business. Well, I think a lot of individual stores would do a lot better if there weren't big box stores to take the money, even when money wasn't good for everybody. Used to be a lot less people with a lot less money, and people were able to support tons of businesses doing it that way. Damn. Did Veerling just tag, or is he out at second? I don't know what just happened. Anyway, runner at first, one away. Or did we just get doubled off? What just happened? Was there an error? Do we have 2 on, 1 out? No out? Okay, that guy's going away. Riley Green flies into a force out? What? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did the right fielder drop the ball and then throw Veerling out at second? Is that what happened? Flies into a force out is a crazy sentence. I should just pull up a stream of the game. I just don't want to do it. That's what happened. They dropped it. I'm guessing the Tigers are challenging that he's out at second. I think he is. It's going to be 1 on, 1 out. Kind of what I figured would happen. Okay. Well, if it's a challenge, we're going to lose it. So you should just assume we've lost the challenge. Tigers don't win challenges very often. For whatever reason. Welcome to heaven. For so long. You made me realize. When are they gonna let us know the result? What the fuck? Why is it? I know it's a challenge, right? Would be cool if he saved because that'd be 2 on, 1 out. That'd be big moves. You were late in the game. Gordon, is it a challenge right now? I hope I'm not missing the game because this froze. Like, yeah, dude, we're in the bottom of the 9th right now. What are you doing? Tigers are up 10-7. Bases loaded, 2 out. You better tune in. Oh my God, he's won the challenge. Breaking news. The Tigers have won the challenge. 2 on, nobody out, and we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll see a new pitcher come into the game, presumably a right-hander here. They're going to bring in Grant Taylor to pitch for K. Yeah, that's who it was. So Taylor in for K, a righty. Most likely Torque will bat here, but we probably won't see Ja Jones hit here. We'll see. Well, I mean, he was at 90 pitches, and there's a righty coming up versus a lefty killer. I would rather not have a tired lefty versus a lefty mutilator in Torque with runners on and nobody out. Torque is like permission to hit a home run right now. Like he's got full swing at the fence signs. You know. You ever seen Scary Movie? Where they're like, swing away, George, swing away. That's what they've told Torque. They're pitching. I don't know. I don't ever know if a team is good at pitching or not, to be honest. Because we really just can't hit. We made the Orioles look like they could pitch all of a sudden. We made the Royals look like they're good at pitching. We made Boston look like they could pitch. You know what I mean? Diaz, the chicken fighter man, the rooster fighter. Edwin Diaz. Called strike 1 to Torque. Please, Torkelson, a base hit gets us a run. We don't even need a home. Just hit the ball. Get the base hit. Slow roller up the left field or right field line, Mr. Torkelson. Obviously, the home run would be much preferred. Foul tip, it's 0-2. Oh, no, that's strike 3 because there was a missing called strike. So he had a called strike, then he foul tipped it. It's 1 away after a 3-pitch strikeout by Torque. Colt Keith will hit for Jahmai Jones. Very expected move. What up, Ken Dog Sports Television Network Incorporated, LLC, MAGAFAGGITLMNOQRSB Dog Sports, man. Packers fan for life. 2210 bad boy represent South Side. What up, Kenny? I think that's what your name is short for, right? There used to be some ungodly long thing like that. That's weird that you would say that like that, Kenny. I'm pretty uncomfortable right now, actually. You could just call me Rob. It's weird that you would do that. 1-1. I don't even know if I can talk to you anymore, Kenny, if I'm being honest. That was really fucked up. 2-1. The same thing I just did. Apple TV. I don't know. I didn't mind the broadcast. I just hate Apple TV. I just don't want to pay for it. Damn, 2 down. We're not even going to do anything with this beautiful start. Colt Keith flies out. What a surprise. Doesn't even get the runner over to third. Doing good, Kenny. How you doing? How you doing? What a darn shame. Why is Perez batting? Oh, he's fucking right. Perez up now with called strike one. Pitch spot. It's a really gnarly pitch spot. No one's gonna swing at it, and if they challenge it, it's a strike. We would throw it right back at him, too. 2 down now. Or 0-2 now. With 2 down and runners at first and second here in the top of the 6th. By the way, we'll get another 0-2. See, now she can work either high side she wants or go away. 3 straight to the same spot. We're probably going to see something high and inside or high and away. But if you're Perez, you could probably cheat a little bit and try to see where they might come with your next selection. Tigers challenged result. Mencio Perez strikes out. Looking, Tigers, I believe, have no challenges left. That'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Perez strikes out. Tigers leave two men on. It'll be Meadroth, Vargas, and Montgomery. Bottom of the 6th. Meadroth, Vargas, and Montgomery. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, bottom of the 6th. Meadroth, Vargas, and Montgomery. 2-1. White Sox lead. White Sox coming to expand their lead here. I'm going to stretch out a little bit. 1 sec. Important to get up important to get up and stretch every so often, so that way you don't get blood clots. You know what I mean? Just ah. Stretch out a little bit like this. Yeah. You pulling muscle? You pull the muscle standing? You gotta get stronger. What's up, Jake? All right, it's 0-1 here to Meadroth. It was a called strike. 0-2 after a foul ball and a swing and strike. Well, it was 0-2 after a swing and strike, and then a pitch was fouled off to keep it 0-2. Yeah, injuries hurt. The 0-2 pitch is going to be grounded out to the first base side. By the way, it'll be 0-1 with one away, bottom of 6. The hitter is Vargas. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, they get Vargas to fly out too. Tiger's doing a good job kind of shutting things down, keeping it manageable since the first. Bottom 6, 2-1. White Sox lead. Looking like that'll be a 2-out double for Montgomery. Well, that'll be a 2-out double for Montgomery. Now up is Grishuk. Anyway, it's 0-1. All right. They Grichuk to also line out. So another quick round of outs. We'll head to the top of the seventh. It'll be Lee, Short, and McGonigal. Lee, Short, McGonigal, top 8. Or top 7, rather. Sorry, top 7. When does that game start, Kenny? Oh, yeah. What was that tonight? $8:30. Sheesh. Pretty late. This isn't OKC. Yeah, I'd imagine. They're probably the higher seed than the Spurs. Dun 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 dun. All right, the game's back. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ball 1. Sometimes I run out of funny things to talk about between commercials, so I just fall asleep. Fouled away, it's 1-1. What's up, Ronald? Okay, see, minus first quarter, 1.5 is lock of the day. For sure. I don't really bet no basketball, but people can take your word for it if they'd like. I have no ball knowledge on basketball. 1-2 on Lee. Lee strikes out looking. Now hitting is Zach McKinstry. By the way, it'll be 1-1. You got bets on him, Irish King? I'm guessing IK. There's like 5 or 6 teams that haven't yet. Dun, 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 dun. All right. We got a 2-2 count, fouled away to remain 2-2. McKinstry up here doing a little battling against Taylor. Top 7, 1 away, 2-2 count, another fail. We'll have another 2-2 coming up. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. All right, what do we got? 2-2 still. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up after a series of foul balls. Sorry, I had to respond to a text message there. I apologize. I have other stuff in my life. Here, what do we got? 2-2. And another foul ball. This is starting to become comical. That's 8 pitches now. We'll see the 9th coming up. Dodgers have more rings. Yeah, the Dodgers have a lot. Yeah, they've been doing good. Another foul. We'll get another 2-2 offering. So this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And 1, 2, 3. And McKinstry will finally strike out on the 11th pitch of on the 10th pitch of the at-bat, bringing it to a close. One, 2 on McGonigal with 2 away. Now we got to get some bats going. Need something. And he struck out swing. God damn it. All right, well, we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. I'm going to get up and go wake myself up a little bit more. Start getting a little drowsy watching baseball. I don't know about anyone else. All right, I'll be right back. Make sure you get up and stretch out a little bit. It'll be Cuero, Benintendi, and Acuna due up here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-1 White Sox lead. 2-1 White Sox lead. Bottom 7 coming up. Cuero, Benintendi, and Acuna. 5, 6, and 7 due up. You're back. I'm back. Sorry about the delay there. Hey, look at that. Tigers hit a home run. Oh no, that's the White Sox. I forget they're hitting. Damn. Well, it's 3-1 now. I thought that was us for a minute. I was like, oh, look at that. Only his second of the year. Valdez was doing so great too. He's only at 78 pitches. Benintendi's up now with nobody on and nobody out. 3-1. White Sox lead now. White Sox are batting. Cuero did. He hit one. Yeah, this game's about over. Tigers really don't got that comeback in them. Called strike and then a foul ball. It's 0-2. And that's going to be it. Yeah, we probably should have pulled Valdez. Should have been a catch by fucking Perez, though. And Perez can't field, so that'll be a double on a routine line out. One on. Game's over. Runner at second, nobody out, and we're probably going to get a pitching change. That was a horrible waste of time. Oy, it's not going good. Oh, they're leaving Valdez out there? Looks like it. Looks like Valdez will stay on the mound here. Let's see. Ball one. Maybe they're buying time for a pitching change, or I don't know. Ball one. And that's probably going to get down too because it's Perez. Hey, look at that. Perez made a catch and one away. Runner has to hold at second. All right, there we go. One out. Here's Antonacci. One out here. Runner at second. 3-1. Bottom of the seventh. White Sox lead. 3-1. Bottom seven. One away. Yeah, I mean, Dingler's played good this year for being a catcher. He's produced about as good as you want your catcher to produce. 11 home runs, solid. 775 OPS, that's good. Valdez has given up 3 runs. This is a very good start by Valdez. Not sure what you mean by a rough start for Valdez, Seth. Ball 2. How is this a rough start for Valdez there, Seth? He's giving up 2. 3 runs is If he doesn't give up another run, you do realize this is a quality start for Valdez, right, Seth? Runner advances to third on the fly out. Or on the ground out, sorry. So, runner at third. Two down. Ball one. Let's see if we can get out of this with just another run. We weren't able to. Looks like he gave up a hit. And the ball just sees its way through the infield. It'll be 4-1. Well, not a quality start. 4 runs, still good, though. We should be able to win this game. They're really going to make us sit through. Seth, no offense, but you're a bandwagon fan. Your opinions don't matter. Now we have to sit through a pitching change. Nothing worse. Nothing worse. The dreaded 2-out pitching change. Just finished the inning. Yeah, that's the issue with Casey Mize, right? He just can't stay healthy. Hey, Bo Brisky's coming in to pitch. Seth, it's 4-1 right now. The Tigers should be winning this game like 6-4 at absolute worst. One run, 4-1. He's like, the pitching is the problem here. And one pitch, we go right back to commercial break. Isn't that exciting for baseball? One pitch and a flyout, and we head right back to commercial break. Awesome. Dingler, Veerling, and Green all to get out here in the top of the 8th. Ugh. 4 runs ain't shit. We should be able to come back easy. But we don't have anyone who can hit. I was going to say it's a lot of games at 4 o'clock today. On the internet, you just type it in and find it. No, MLB66.ir. There you go. If you didn't hear me, you'd probably have to rewind it 10 seconds. MLB66.ir. There you go. That'll be a like and $41 million. You'll be billed if you don't press like. I know who you are. I have your full docs. Sir Anthony Dominguez will come in to pitch for Grant Taylor. Well, yeah, I'm a Tigers fan. I don't know where else I'd be. Baseball games are a perfect time for me here. 2 to 5. That's a good ass time frame. Leaves the beginning of my day open, the end of my day open. And she did well done. Yeah, he did all right. Kind of had a bad series otherwise. Maybe. You think that. But I remember recent White Sox history, a very similar sentiment was felt around your team, I would say just 3 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago. They seem to mismanage player development. They don't seem to keep players around, like poor clubhouse situation. I don't know. Just I don't know. They had a dominant team like 4 years, like 3 years ago, and they fucking completely fell apart. Very similarly to what happened to the Tigers. They got incredibly injured one year and just didn't recover until now. I don't know. You can't really call it too early on a team full of basically rookies. They're playing well, that's for sure. I think them and the A's are a very similar situation right now. You know who the Detroit Tigers are this year? We're the 2025 Atlanta Braves. Dylan Dingler lines out one away. No, I would say we're the 2025 Braves. A team with tremendous potential. Hell, talked about in the World Series picture. Only to have every single important player go down with injury except like two. It's a very similar thing. Yeah, Rockies suck. Yeah, they're. I don't. No one wants to play there. No pitcher will show up there and play. Almost no reason to. 1-1. And it sucks because the solution to making Colorado viable for baseball is to put it in a dome. 2-1. But that kind of defeats the purpose of playing up in the Rockies because it's like, well, we want to see the mountains when we play. 3-1. Workman the pinch hitter, by the way. Sure, I mentioned that, but in case I didn't. 31. Workman gets out. It was a good swing. Stuxy grounded it back to the pitcher, though. 2 down now for Riley Green. Well, I mean, it's not even just the relievers that stink in Colorado. It's it's just that elevate. Like it's just hard to pitch out in the mountains. Ball flies out a lot easier. You can kind of like Empathize with it. I don't even know if a dome would fix that in Colorado, and if they'd even want one. But that's how you'd probably make a viable baseball team there, is by building a dome and ensuring pitching will work. Otherwise, I think players would really like to go play in Colorado. That seems like cool. That'd probably be cool as fuck. Yeah, of course he is. Is he? That's a debatable title. Bottom of the eighth coming up. And Green strikes out. I'm still deluded enough to think this is a second half baseball team. Vargas, Montgomery, and Grichuk. No, it's 4-1 because the MLB gave the Tigers a run to start the game off. It's part of like a rule change where if a team's been so bad, they get a free run to start every game. The A's are my dark horse team to make the playoffs this year, and I think I picked a pretty good one. Kind of like the Panthers in the NFL are my dark horse team to make the playoffs this last NFL season. What a pick that was. What a pick. Sort of figured the A's would be better this year because they had a really fun offense last year that was incredibly young. And if they got any pitching, which they got a little bit of, they'd be in really good shape this year. They look a lot better. Brisky will pitch to the bottom of the eighth. This could be the White Sox last at bat. Yeah, Wensiel Perez has provided the only Tigers run with the solo home. Yeah, it's like of all the people, right? 0-2. Foul ball. Brisky was the guy I completely forgot we had that was injured. But I knew there was another guy injured. I just couldn't remember who it was. And I'm like, when's he come back? Like, someone's due back soon. And they got Vargas swinging, one away. God, it's so nice to have him back. Just an actual right-handed reliever who isn't fucking dog shit. Or a fucking closer. We have 3 right-handed closers and then like 5 right-handed long relievers. It's really annoying. And none of them can pitch out of the 9th inning. Vest can't pitch out of the 9th. Finnegan can't pitch to lefties in any inning, and Jansen is probably useless. Did we just give up another homer? And we did. Yeah, this game's over. GG's, White Sox fans. Served up a fucking corner, basically center cut inside. Not a good pitch. Whatever, Bo's coming his first day out. Not a good pitch to throw, though. Damn. Well, that's a good game. 3 runs was possible to tie. We won't get 4 runs. We needed to be the team to score 5 to win. Ah. Sorry, just checking something. Yeah, you guys got the win. Grichuk strikes out 2 away. Here's Guerrero. Quieto. Bottom 8, 5-1, Sox lead. Yeah, I figured this would be a blowout win. A bad loss for us today. I figured it would be 8-1 final today. I didn't have very high hopes for the old Tigers this afternoon. Yeah, MLB draft will be coming up soon. Is that like the end of June, beginning of July? And they get another hit. That should be a single, unless they stretch it. No, they're not going to. So it'll be 2 on, or 1 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 8th. 5-1. Damn, they just hit a home run again. They did. It's 7-1. Damn, dude, I was right about the score this afternoon. And I might as well just finish it. I'm so close to the. Giving up long balls to Andrew fucking Bennett. See, now we're getting destroyed. This is what I thought this game was going to be like, if we're being totally honest. I think I've said this all stream that I expect this to be an 8-1 loss, so pretty close to what I figured it would be. Believe it or not. 1-1. I tend not to lie about these kind of things. One, I don't know what I'd gain for it. Fordon, it's fucking your fault, Fordon. Oh, wait, you're not even here. I was about to start fighting with Fordon because I'm angry and want someone to yell at. 2-2. Hurt people, hurt people. Recognize. I still hear your voice. I can say. Bob, I'll have another 2-2. By the way, I'll probably miss tomorrow's game. I won't be able to do tomorrow's game. I'm gonna do other things. Watch with people. Go enjoy my Sunday. Tomorrow I won't be able to do the game. I should be back Monday. We'll see though. No, I have to miss Monday too. I'll be back Tuesday for normal coverage. I have to miss Sunday and Monday. I'll make a post about it though. They didn't hit back-to-back home runs. They had a solo shot, guy got on, then a home run. Another foul ball. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The count will remain 2-2 for Acuna. See pitch number 9 coming up. What'll it be? 2-2. And he fouls off pitch number 9. Let's go to number 10. It's a 2-2 count. Pitch number 10 coming up. What'll it be? Be a strikeout. 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 Ball 3. Pitch number 11 coming up. This is turning into a very long inning. Fouled away again. We'll have the 12th pitch of the at-bat coming up. We have a dozen pitches this at-bat. Almost a Baker's dozen. Another foul ball. We'll get the 13th pitch of the at-bat now. It's a Baker's dozen. Or the baggery be like, hey, can I get a Baker's dozen pitches? They're like, here you go. 3 balls and mostly fouls. And pitch number 13 is fouled away. We'll go to pitch number 14 of the at-bat. Quite the little battle here between Acuna and Brisky. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers trying to keep it somewhat close for the top of the 9th. Tigers got to challenge that one. That's a horseshit call. That was not a ball at all. In fact, that should be strike 3 looking. Yeah, it is. Okay. I was going to say the Tigers challenged that and they won that challenge. They will go to the top of the 9th. That's right, Chicago. Sit down, Chicago. That's right. What? What? Yo, yo, brah, brah. What's good, Chicago? Yo. White Sox don't even know, bro. They thought they had that shit. Imagine being a White Sox fan right now, how dumb you must feel. Anyway, we'll go to the top of the ninth. The score is irrelevant to the outcome of the expedition being played today. The important thing is everybody's having a good time. Celebrate good times. Woo. Torkelson, Keith, and Perez to appear in the top of the ninth. We are no longer saying the score because it's irrelevant. You can find the score posted on the screen behind you, behind me. Brewers beating the Cheetahs. Oh, here we go. Hey, Torkelson starts it off with a hit. One on to start off the ninth. Here we go. Bang. Torkelson with a big hit to cut the lead to 6. Here's Colt Keith, ball 1. Against Richards, the pitcher. Trevor Richards. Oh, that's not good. Colt Keith will fly out to left field to 1 away. Runner has to retreat back to first. One on, one out after Keith flew out. Here's Perez. And that'll be a fly out, 2 away. Actually, a pop out, even worse. Pops out, 2 down. Foul ball by Lee. We have 2 down and a runner at first. It's 7-1 White Sox. Called strike 2. It's 0-2. Come on, leave with a one-time hit a homer. Ball one. 2-2. And how Yoli strikes out, maybe? Yeah, that's going to be a strike. Well, unfortunately, the Tigers take a loss. We'll lose the series. GG's to the White Sox fans. Congrats on the series win. Hopefully tomorrow we can avoid being swept. But once again, I won't be able to be here for the next 2 games. Yeah, Sunday I'm gonna be busy. Yeah. So I'll be back for Tuesday's game against the Rays, and then I should be able to do that Wednesday game. And then should be able to do 2 of these. I might have to miss one of them, unfortunately. Cool. Anyway, all right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for watching. It was a fun stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you again on Tuesday. I'll post a reminder about missing the next 2, but I'll see you when I see you next. Hopefully you have a good time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out. Go Lions. Go Patriots. And of course, it's always go Tigers, even if we're losing and we suck. I'll see you next time. Peace out and go Tigers. Bye-bye.